So let's talk a little bit about the new album. It's out on May 23rd, Born This Way. The first single, the title single, is already out. It's been #1 for 5 weeks already. And we have a video question about the new album. So we'll go to Jazz Bridger here on video.
Hi GaGa, if you could describe the Born This Way album in just 3 words, what would they be?
In 3 words. See how smart my fans are. I would call it I would use it is 1 word, I suppose that avant-garde is 1 word, but I would call it avant-garde techno-rock.
Okay.
There's a lot of rock influences on the album, but not in a this is a rock music record kind of way. It actually is quite steadfast in that it is an exploration in electronic music and in technosonics, but I have sort of created a genre of metal dance, techno, pop music with a lot of rock anthemic choruses, because that is the music that I love. I'm actually really obsessed with Bruce Springsteen. My father used to play Bruce Springsteen records for me all the time when I was a kid, and he was blue collar America. And in a way, I guess, I related to Bruce because I watched my father, a blue collar American citizen, relate to Bruce. And I think that in a social way, my fans feel blue collar. They feel like they're the underdogs that will someday be the winners. And I took the influence of Bruce on my father in my life to create this album. And yeah, lots of really big, almost like big Def Leppard style melodies in the choruses, but it's electronic dance music. It's very hard and very edgy. And I'm very excited for you to hear it.
We're all looking forward to it. So, one of the things that you face as an artist is censorship. So Shane RZ66 from Colorado asks, how do you feel about Malaysian radio stations editing out your imperative, no matter gay, straight, or bi, lesbian, transgendered lifeline from Born This Way?
Well, obviously, I disagree with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have specifically put those words in a song that I knew would be put on Top 40 radio. What I would say is for all of the young people in Malaysia that want those words to be played on the radio, it is your job and it is your duty as young people to have your voices heard. You must do everything that you can if you want to be liberated by your society. You must call, you must not stop, you must protest peaceably. No, I don't believe in violence, I don't believe in negativity. There's no reason to be derogatory. You just have to keep fighting for what you believe in. And to be quite honest, honesty and the truth is always what will set you free. I can't tell you how many times I get phone calls from TV stations, and Troy will call me and he'll say, they want you to edit out this section of the video, and I say, well, just tell them I'm not doing it, and if they don't want to play it, they don't have to.
Yep.
That's it. Because if the artist is constantly molding ourselves and changing and abridging what we do for the machine, then the artist becomes part of the machine. I don't want to be part of the machine. I want the machine to be part of me.
Okay. The next question. The next question is actually a composite, and we'll open up to actually to Googler questions if you want to move to the microphones in just a minute. There were 643 fan questions asked about the next single that comes off of Born This Way, Judas. And so I'm wondering if you can tell us a little bit about the inspiration for it, the video you have planned.
I'm very excited. Actually, I can exclusively reveal here at Google that I will be making my directorial debut with Lorianne Gibson, directing this video with her ourselves. It's no surprise, I'm sure, to many of you that Judas is a man of the biblical senses. So expect to see some symbolism in this video. But the song is about, some of the words in the song I can reveal here are, when he comes to me, I am ready. I'll wash his feet with my hair if he needs. Forgive him when his tongue lies through his brain. Even after 3 times he betrays me. I'll bring him down, a king with no crown. So the song is about honoring your darkness in order to bring yourself into the light. It's kind of what I just mentioned to you about if you're standing in the light, you cast a shadow. I have been haunted by my past for a very long time. And actually, that's a recurring theme on the album. It has a lot to do, I think, with identity and being able to be proud and say, I was born this way. But I was haunted by being able to go back to New York, being able to go back to my past, being able to understand why I made certain decisions that instead of regretting them, I chose to embrace and understand why I made those choices. And what the song Judas is you have to look into what's haunting you, and you need to learn to forgive yourself in order to move on.
Well, we all look forward to it.
And it's really fun to dance to. And it sounds like it could be a pop priest record. It's really fun.
So we'll go ahead and take some questions from the audience.
Hi, so I understand that the fame brought you a lot of great things, like your monsters and everything that's happening to you. But is there something that the fame brought you that you could do without? Thanks.
That I could do without? I don't know. No, I would say no. I don't want to focus on anything negative like that. There's always, whether you're famous or you're not, there's always things in your life that you could do without. So I don't think anything is particularly fame-related. I've got a really good family, and if anything, I'm grateful because my family and I wrestled fame to the ground, and we're stronger than ever. So no.
Hi, Lady Gaga. Thanks so much for coming.
You look so cute.
A little background on this. I took the inspiration from the Kermit the Frog one.
Yes.
You can't tell.
Now, is that a bunny?
And I added a little bit of myself in it. They're bunnies, so for Easter, and I thought it'd be a hop-in, attire. You like that? I liked it too.
Are you? That's funny.
Sorry, what was that?
That's funny.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I thought I'd had to, dress up because I definitely wanted to speak to you and give you a hug or whatever. But I think Google as a whole and YouTube and the world is very excited for you to come here and be so candid. So on that note, I'm definitely, really curious. When you're not in the spotlight, when you're home, in New York with your family, what are some of the things you enjoy doing? What do you wear? What do your pajamas look like?
Well, I'm actually, I'm very into yoga. So I do a lot of that really, I saw the yoga rooms here at at Google. I was like, it's inching my way. But I'm actually really into that crazy hot yoga and 100-degree rooms. It's the only thing that I feel can be really bad at and nobody knows. So I sort of take comfort in the journey of becoming good at yoga because if I suck at it one day, nobody sees it and it's just me. I guess that's the thing about fame that is difficult, is if you screw up, Google is there. So I love yoga. I love cooking. I'm a really good cook, actually, which maybe some of you may not know about me. I love spending time with my mom. I love getting really drunk with my friends at the same bars that we used to go to and listening to AC/DC records. And what do I wear? To tell you the truth, it's very funny because my father quite often is like, can't you just put on this but have you been to any of my shows out of curiosity?
No, not yet.
You haven't yet. Well, I would say anyone that's seen me live would tell you that whether I'm dressed like this or I'm wearing a t-shirt, I look the same. And I know that might sound silly, but it's not this that you are responding to anymore. And I keep talking about this because my fans are actually quite blind to my clothes now because they're so used to it that they don't see it anymore. They just see me. And I'm excited about that because I think with this new album, people will wonder less and less what I look like when I'm brushing my teeth. But the truth is I look exactly like I look right now. I just, probably have a Motley Crue t-shirt on and there's a really good-looking guy in my bed.
Well, thank you.
I think my manager just ducked out of the room.
Well, anytime you want to come cooking or, hanging out with my mom and your mom, you're more than welcome to.
Well, you asked for a hug, so do you want to come up in here and get one? Let me just fall down my throat.
It's the best day ever. Take a picture too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It was so good.
Nice to meet you.
See you later.
You're so cute. That's a lot of bunnies.
I think there's 16.
16.
So we'll take a few more questions here.
Sure.
Hi, my name is Logan. Thank you so much for coming.
Hi, Logan.
I'm thrilled that you're here. Hi. I'm wondering, have you seen the video called Friday by Rebecca Black?
No.
So this is the latest internet sensation, and it's this 13-year-old girl who made a video, and now it's online, and everyone's making fun of it and just kind of criticizing it as really cheesy, which it is, but she's only 13. And my reaction to it, or I'm curious about your reaction to YouTube as a forum for new artists and for some of the criticism that maybe young people get for going online, and then on the other side, there's the Justin Biebers who are becoming famous through YouTube. So what do you think about the future of fame through YouTube?
I think it's fantastic. I say Rebecca Black is a genius, and anyone that's telling her she's cheesy is full of shit.
Thank you.
Okay, so over here.
Hi, GaGa. Thanks for coming. My name's
Hi.
Colin.
That's really nice.
I think you may have outdone the headpiece.
See, now I don't want to laugh because I'm quite certain that sometimes when I enter the room, that's how people feel. But it's really good. It kind of looks like the Chrysler Building.
Thank you. I used to be an architect, so.
Where'd you go to school?
Carnegie Mellon.
It's a great school.
I'm happy to lend this to you for your concert tonight. If
It looks an awful lot like one of the outfits. It might go quite well, actually.
it's all yours.
Thank you.
My serious question, though, is, we've talked about GaGa this, GaGa that, and the fame monster, but what about Stephanie? Like, how do you stay Stephanie through?
I love this question. Who are you looking for? I'm right here. Stephanie is also who I am. GaGa's just my nickname. It's like when you're a kid and your mom calls you Skip, or instead of calling you, Johnny, she calls you Jonathan when you're bad. It's the same thing for me. It was a way for me to release so many years of being told no by this business. And it's actually funny because I didn't shop around to record labels until I was calling myself GaGa, until people in New York knew me as Lady Gaga. But in high school and making music and choir and being cast in the boys' play, and all the girls hated me because I always got the lead. They hated me for that because it was at the boys' school. So if you got the lead, you were always at the boys' school after school. So I guess what I'm trying to say is is I really make absolutely no separation between Stephanie and GaGa. It is the absolute same person. It's just, it was a way for me in my life, and it's a gift I wish I could give to anyone, is if you went through hard times when you were a kid or when you were in college, or maybe you had a job that really, they fired you and you were poor for 2 years and then you got a new, I wish I could give that gift to anyone, of being able to say, I rebuke all of that negativity and I am now a new person and I'm going to be the queen I know that I can be. And that's really all that it is.
Thanks. Well, I know you have a meticulously planned wardrobe, but just in case, I'm going to leave this for you.
Thank you very much.
We will take 2 more
Please
questions.
leave all fashion accessories. Thank you.
Aww.
So sweet.
You're going to have a great stay.
I can't, it's not going to fit.
Do you want help?
It's not balancing very well.
Okay, we'll do 2 more questions. Okay.
Thank you very much for coming.
Hi.
So much of your music is, as you kind of labeled it, the avant-garde techno rock, and kind of lends itself towards this really epic sound. And then you take those songs and you make these amazing acoustic versions that are just this polar opposite in terms of the musicality. And I was just wondering if you talk about the process of building those 2 songs out of the same lyrics, same notes, same chords. And is there one that you prefer, like performing?
Well, I guess what I would say is a lot of times in my songwriting process, I will begin at the piano. So I will actually write one of the songs on the album that is truly one of my favorites. It's called The Edge of Glory. And it's kind of a sad story, sorry to be a downer, but my grandpa died about 5 months ago, and my dad and I were going to say goodbye to him at the hospice, and I got out a big thing of agave tequila, and my dad sat next to me at the piano, and we just started doing shots back and forth. And I wrote The Edge of Glory on the piano, and my dad and I cried. And the song's about your last moment on earth, the moment of truth. The edge of glory is that moment right before you leave the earth. So that song can be played on the piano, but it's actually set to this giant, huge techno rock, Springsteen-esque dance beat. I actually had Clarence Clemens from the E Street Band come in and play saxophone on it. It's fucking beautiful. And I do that with a lot of my songs, but it's funny. It's so interesting to hear your perspective on it, because that is really what I wanted to do with this album, is I wanted to show my abilities as a songwriter. So a lot of the songs are like that. There's really no song on the album that can't be played at a piano acoustically. It's all about the songwriting. It's all about my abilities as a writer, from a melodic perspective, and I co-produced every song on the album. So sonically, it just smells like me, if that makes any sense. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, in my opinion, all good music can be played at a piano and still sound like a hit.
Thank you very much.
And one more question here.
Hi, I'm Chris.
Hello. Why do I feel like some of you were coaxed into doing this?
Well, because we were promised we would get a prize if we were the best dressed.
Oh.
So I'm hoping to win.
So you get $200 after you take those balls off, huh?
They're actually loofahs. But
They're what, loofahs?
loofahs.
I'm sorry, can't I take my glasses off?
Yeah.
You can take a really fancy shower then after this.
Okay, so I've kind of forgot my question because I'm nervous, but but I wanted to ask you, after hearing you talk, you have a very positive look on life. So I was just kind of wondering where that came from. What happened in your life to shape that? Because not many people are like you and can always rebuke things that are bad and, always look to the good.
Well, my mom. I have a really good mom. She really was there for me, and she always taught me to be very gracious. My mother is the kind of person that will give you the shirt off her back if you're cold. and that is how I was raised. But I guess I would also see, and I don't know if people in this room are religious, and I always feel kind of awkward talking about religion because I don't want people to feel like I'm impressing any kind of belief on you. But I do believe that God comes in many forms, and I don't believe that we know what he looks like. That's something that I actually address in Judas. But I see God in my fans. So every night when I look into the audience, I feel like I see this force of beauty and that I don't know. It's just faith. So I see faith in my fans, and that's what keeps me strong as them. As I really, when I go out there, I don't go out after the show and get plastered and do a ton of drugs. And when I go on stage the next day, I can barely sing. I'm very, very disciplined and hardworking, and I am as a blonde woman with tits and ass, very proud of my accomplishments as a musician, and I say that with lots of strength. People call it arrogance, but I do believe that women in pop music have a very bad rap, and I think people have learned to expect very little from all of us, and it's very unfair. It's very prejudiced. So me and my tits and my ass and my brain are very proud to be here today. And I truly see God in my fans. They are who I worship, is what I'm trying to say. And I believe what you worship in your life doesn't have to be religion or an institution or a certain kind of God. It's just, you must worship your faith. I'm speaking in my own GaGa tongues, but I worship my fans, is what I'm trying to say. They are my religion.
That makes sense. One more thing. I'm sorry to ask, but can I have a hug too? It's like one of my dreams. I love your music.
I love you too.
It's okay?
Yeah, go ahead, ask me. Oh, I thought he was asking me another. Oh, yeah, come on. Hug. Yeah. I'm not gonna say no.
I love so much.
That towel wrapping is giving me like New Jerusalem too. That's nice.
So if I'm not mistaken, next Monday, March 28th, is your 25th birthday.
Yes.
So happy birthday.
Thank you.
And you can tell.
Can I just keep telling people I'm 24?
We won't tell. Google might, but we won't. But we have a surprise for you. As you can tell, there's many people in the audience who are dressed up in their best GaGa garb. And we've handed cards to a few people. So why don't the people who got a card before the show come up, and we're going to have you critique the best Lady Gaga.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Hi. Well, I can't really. Do you want to come up here?
Guys? Yeah.
Hi. Can I hug all of you? You're awesome. That's really good. Hello. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Hi. Hi. Hello. Hi. This is interesting. It's very Yves Saint Laurent.
Thank you very much.
In the 60s.
This is an ammunition belt from World War II.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought you might appreciate
That's heavy. Nice boots. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. You look beautiful. Hi. You know what's so funny? Is when I was on my first record label. Go ahead, you can go back. I'm sorry. She's like, when I was on my first record label, Def Jam, not to bring up a sour story, but I sent all of the employees at Def Jam disco balls that I hand painted myself, like that, except I wrote GaGa all over them. And I sent them huge bags of candy from the dollar store with these disco balls that had my name on it. And I got dropped like a month later, but I just remember someone called and told me that everybody in the office was like, who sent all these gummy worms and disco balls that say GaGa? I hand painted those suckers, every one of them. Hey. Okay. Well, this is very good. And this is very good because it looks almost exactly like my Terry Mugler-inspired outfit from the Fame Ball, the very first Fame Ball. This is amazing because it looks just like the telephone video. However, I have to say that the mark of a true GaGa fan is always thinking forward, and that is you. It's very detailed. It's very detailed. The ponytail looks perfect. The shoulder pads on the you did a nice job with the duct tape. And that is exactly. It took me an hour to get my makeup done for that, and it's 15 minutes. See, that's a real glamour girl. Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You are the winner.
Thank you, guys. And as we heard, GaGa's performing in Oakland tonight, so all of our co-chair competition people here on stage will all get a pair of tickets to the concert tonight.
And here, you can have the riding crop. You look really, really wonderful. It's really that setup was just to explain it a little bit.
Sure.
Rico, who's in the video with me, he has the same. He's tattooed that way.
I read that last night.
Yeah, he's really tattooed that way. And I asked him, when we were on the set, I said, why did you get, it's kind of like a weird, funny question, but why did you tattoo yourself this way? And he said, bazooka gum. I said, what do you mean bazooka gum? And he said, well, you know how bazooka gum comes with those stick-on tattoos? He said, I really liked them and I loved punk rock when I was a kid, so I just used to listen to punk rock and put bazooka gum tattoos on, so I tattooed my face like this. So that's why we chew bubble gum in the video. But I wanted to tribute Rico because I believe what this look represented to me was that I will not allow society or critics dictate my beauty. I tell you what I believe is beautiful about me. Every person defines their own beauty for themselves. So that's what that makeup represents to me, is that Rico was defining who he is in an artistic way and not relying on society to tell him what makes him valuable. So you look fabulous. She's coming to the show?
Yes, they're all coming to the show.
All right. You're going to fit right in.
And they are not the only people who are coming. So we have 40 more of these cards taped to the bottom of seats. So if you look under your seat, you get a pair of tickets to the GaGa concert tonight. There are instructions on the back as to how to pick up.
So cute.
And just more and more getting found over here. And just so no one leaves empty-handed, we actually have special edition Google Goes GaGa t-shirts for everyone here. They are in Benghazi in Building 43, starting at 3 o'clock, so they're there now, so you can stop by there on your way leaving. And I just want to say a big thank you. A thank you to the House of GaGa for making this happen. There have been an unbelievable number of people here at Google who have helped out, but mainly Andrew Schulte, who was one of GaGa's college mates, along with Trish Crowley and our whole.
Some of you don't know this, but Andrew was an RA at Third North, where I went to college, and he wrote me up for drinking in my room.
And she came to Google anyway.
So, we go way back, Google.
And I just want to say a huge thank you to you from all of us and from your fans. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.